It's Ajay and Ryan on the AandRPodcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the AandRPodcast. I am AJ.
And I am Ryan.
Bang! You're a bastard.
Already?
Whoa! We're going in straight away with the first segment, which is Bang, You're a Bastard, where me and Ryan discuss a different bastard in history and give him a scale on our bastard rating, which has no real scale. They're all just really bad people. So,
Yes, we're experts in bastard ratings.
please, Ryan, give me your week's bastard.
Now, I'm going to butcher every single line of this.
Okay.
But his name is Idi Amin. Don't know if that's how you pronounce
What is
it.
it?
Oh, why am I covering it as if it's top secret?
Yeah, I'd say Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. He was a member of the small Kakwa ethnic group of northwestern Uganda. He became
He would become.
He became president and chief of the armed forces in 1971.
Wow. So far respectable. I appreciate this guy. He's
Field
Marshal
Marshal in 1975
Nice.
and life president in 1976.
Very cool. So far, a role model, I would say. A role model.
He expelled all Asians.
Oh! That's getting clipped. Shit. Never mind.
He expelled all Asians from Uganda in 1972. An action that led to the breakdown of Uganda's economy, and he publicly insulted Great Britain and the United States as well as numerous world leaders. July 1976, he was personally involved in the hijacking of a French airliner to Entebbe. How interesting. Does that make him a criminal?
Do you want to know something very interesting?
About Entebbe?
No, about this guy.
Yeah. Do you know him? No.
Not personally.
No, of him.
I know of him because my dad is Asian, because Asian. Grew up in Uganda, and he came to this country in 1972, which means he was one of the Asians banished by this man.
Really?
Yeah, that's cool. It's a very, very cool little...
Did you just link that together now?
What? No, that's actually what happened.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was this Donny, but that's a year ago, and that's very interesting.
So it's him? Fuck him.
No, good.
What?
Without him,
You won't be here.
he's zero on the bastard rate.
Let's get a round of applause. Let's get a
I just love how I was like,
thumbs up.
great
in the
role,
chat.
and you're like, he expelled all Asians. Fuck.
Double fuck.
Yeah, literally.
Um,
Yes. So yeah, it's very interesting linking it back to my heritage. Did you know that, or did you just?
I know. I thought your dad was Kenyan.
What? No, but he lived in Uganda.
Oh, but he's
He
Kenyan.
moved from Kenya to Uganda.
Oh, okay. When he was a young adult or
Yeah.
little.
Little.
Very nice. Until Idi Amin got his own way.
Yeah. And then I moved to this country. So yay for better healthcare, I guess.
NHS. Ooh.
NHS.
Amin came to be known as the Butcher of Uganda.
You can do.
You can do.
Yeah, you can do.
You can do.
You can do.
Uganda for his brutality, and it is believed that it is believed that 300,000 people were killed and countless other tortured during his presidency. But some estimates actually, go up to as high as 500,000 people out of a population of 12 million. In the shadows, Idi Amin Dada. That must be Imi.
You added the dada.
Yeah. It says what it says.
Idi Amin daddy.
Idi Amin Daddy.
Yeah, daddy. No, it's dada.
Is it Dada?
Dada.
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 Okay. Idi Amin Dada.
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 Dada. Dada. Daddy. was busy creating his own killer squads tasked with killing soldiers suspected of being loyal to Obote. Must be an opposing person. These squads brutally murdered a total of 5,000 to 6,000 soldiers from the Akoli Langi tribe, right in their barracks. These tribes are thought to be loyal to the ousted President Milton Obote. That's what I have.
Well, considering it led me to be on the path that I'm on, it led me to being alive, I'm going to give him a 0 on the bastard rating.
purely
because this one's linked to me.
Yeah,
Zero.
okay. Yeah.
Zero.
I mean, agree. Well, I don't agree. I mean, I think it's
I
very terrible.
Banished all the
things.
Asians, I agree. No. I think, I'm going to give it a 0.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, considering we've had mass genocide, murdering of multiple women, he didn't actually kill anyone.
Personally,
he just hired, like, death squads. But what dictator doesn't do that?
That reminds me of the Mandalorian. What's the robots called? The Inferno.
Assassin droid.
Yeah, the huge ones.
Yeah. They're cool. Yeah. So
Yes.
I don't think they're quite like that.
No,
in
but-
real life. Yeah, but do you want to know who else is a bastard? Vecna. So
Maxine.
Stranger Things season 4,
Maxine.
volume 2. Okay.
Do you like that?
What?
Maxine.
Sounds like she just dumped you. It's pretty good. I like it. Yeah.
You can do it because you can do that. Because obviously that's his real voice, isn't it? They're going that deep.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Maxine.
Okay.
Maxi Pad. Okay, so Stranger Things season 4 volume 2 came out. It's only 4 hours long, so we're just gonna talk about it for a little bit.
We talking about the whole thing or just the last two?
Just the last 2. We talked about the other ones.
Okay.
Like enough. So the last 2. What do you think?
I thought it was incredible. Incredible. Obviously, you're going to disagree, but I thought it was alright.
I like how you went from. I thought it was incredible.
Well, no,
It
I
was
just thought it was incredible. One thing I still don't understand is that obviously he created the mind flare, but it was just like he just saw this black cloud thing and just put his hand up to it, and all of a sudden that was a mind flare. I thought, oh, okay. And considering mind flare is quite an important character.
Nah, it's just Vecna, innit?
Yeah, but I thought it was good. I'm glad all the squadrons back together. I thought the Metallica scene was absolutely insane.
What, the Master of Puppets thing?
Yeah.
With Eddie Munson.
With Eddie.
I like anything you do in that voice. Eddie. Wait, what is that?
Venom.
Oh yeah, Eddie. Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Yes. So, my thoughts were.
Because you text me saying there's one thing that really ruined it all.
I'm just going to walk you through my experience with the finale. Okay, so in my head, I was like, okay, Stranger Things, getting a bit serious now. It's getting towards its end. Someone, the main character, has got to die. So this is spoilers alert, after Eddie Munson's cool Metallica scene, I'll be like, okay, if he dies, I won't be too mad, because they're giving him a good entry. He's just killed off. It's fine. I won't be overly impressed.
He hasn't been in any other season, has he? Yeah.
So I won't be overly impressed that they killed him. I'll just sort of be like, okay, standard death, you expect it. And then he dies, and I was like, okay, this is what I expected. Then they kill Max. And when they kill Max, I was like, my god, this is where it should end. Max should die, and then that is where the show should end, and then it should be season 5 after that. So that is where season 4 should have ended. Max dies. Then it infuriated me more because 11 then went into her dreams and tried to revive her. And then I thought that means Max is going to live and 11 was going to die.
That's what I thought.
If they had the balls to kill off 11, I would rate it so hard. Then they're both fucking alive. They copped out. Kill one of them. Kill Max. Kill 11. Don't tease it. If you just left it at Eddie, I wouldn't be angry, but that's the only thing I'm angry at. They should have killed Max or they should have killed 11. They can't leave both of them alive.
The thing is, you don't... To me, in my head, I'm like, how is she... If, obviously, she woke her up or whatever she did to keep her alive, but she was absolutely... She's like, her arms are like bent the other way, her eyeballs are pretty much popped out. I don't quite...
Well done, 11. You have not helped her have a better life.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like a take one from the Star Wars segment where they just force heal each other.
Yeah, by the way, 11 never had this power ever. She's never used the power.
The one thing I will say is that it's standard. 11's too weak. All of a sudden she has a motivational speech or some sort of flashback.
And then she starts fucking.
And now she's all powerful again.
Yeah.
That is...
11.
But other than that, I thought it was absolutely sick.
I think it was amazing, but Max should have died. And I don't think 11 should have died. I think Max should have died. If Max died it would have been one of the most powerful things ever, because the first part of the volume is trying to teach you how to accept death. And the fact that Max accepted it and still didn't die didn't teach us anything. What was the point? Why tease her death? It just pissed me off. It ruined the last episode.
It tainted it.
Yeah, it did. Because the other 8 episodes were so good, and the last episode got put on this massive cliffhanger. I was like, oh my god, please. I was like, okay, Max is dead, it's going to end. Checked how long was left. Half hour, 40 minutes. And I was like,
I suppose,
what?
though, as soon as it, I think it should have Max died and then the cracks open and then that's...
Yeah, cracks open.
Because otherwise you wouldn't know. It's like...
and then show all the aftermath stuff after.
Yeah. Obviously, I think it should have... Season 5 should start I don't know, however long they've lived with those cracks. I assume it's a month or 2 or whatever. It'd be flash forward for a few months and they're
exactly.
living
But
with
Max, she fucking died. She said her goodbyes to the black guy. Lucas. She said her goodbyes to Lucas. And then she said her bye to Gaten, whatever his name was. Dustin.
Yeah.
Gaten, the white guy.
Yeah. White guy.
The white guy.
You mean?
White guys.
Dustin.
And then Finn Wolfhard.
Mark.
No. Meek Mill. No. What's his
not Mike. I knew it was an M.
Okay, and then there's Will.
Yeah.
This has been a very...
Do you rate Will's haircut though?
Bad. But the controversial thing on Twitter is they want Mike and Will to be together, but that doesn't really make any sense.
As in a relationship.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense considering Mike is clearly just his friend, and also he literally just said he loved Elle. Yeah. Why would they put him together? It'd just be so out of place, and just doing that story.
Is it confirmed then, Will? Obviously, because he hasn't in this. I don't know if he is in real life or...
No, Snap's not. What? What were you going to say?
Obviously, Will's character, his sexuality does seem more...
ambiguous.
Yeah. Because obviously there's been in the first season, obviously Winona Ryder was speaking to Harper saying that he's been called a...
Bad word.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah.
And he's a bit different kind of thing and is sensitive. Not that I mean, I'm just saying that's what they said in the show. That's what they said in the show to refer to him as
I don't think getting him with Mike is a good idea.
I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, Max should have fucking died.
Or 11.
No, yeah, well, if it was 11, I would have rated it so much harder, but because it would have been so meaningful if Max died. It would have been amazing. Because 11, I can kind of understand why people say she's too main part of the story to die, because realistically she's without her against Vecna,
exactly, they're done in.
They're done out here.
Yeah, I'd say if they haven't got her, then there's no point, because how are they going to fight?
Yeah, exactly. I should have raised the camera.
I thought one of my favourite characters is Murray there.
What?
Murray.
Oh, the karate kid.
He's a legend.
Oh, he's one of mine. Because I liked Alexei in the last season. I like the Russian in this one. You know, the one, the prison guy.
Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo. He was cool.
And Yuri.
I don't like Yuri.
Don't like Yuri?
Yuri's a snake.
No, I think he's funny there.
Oh, he's funny. Yeah.
Katinka.
Okay, who's your favourite character in Stranger Things? Steve Harrington.
He is cool. Yeah, Steve or Hopper or Murray, I think.
Yeah, fair. I like Hopper. When he breaks his own foot, that's nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in
the hammer.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, I was watching like, oh no, don't do that.
Yeah.
I did enjoy Stranger Things. It was things.
That was strange. Normal things. Yeah, I very, very much enjoyed Stranger Things. I can't wait for season 5, which is meant to come out in 2024. 2 years.
Yeah, that's about right.
Why?
Because the last one was like a 4-year wait.
Yeah, but I thought it was partly COVID.
Yeah, but it was. But 2 years, if they make it as good as this season, fair. I'll let it slip.
I just want everything now.
I just don't want it to end badly. If it ends well...
If it's 2 years, are they going to... Obviously, there's been a bit of time between season 3 and season 4, right? So surely they're going to be quite old. Time jump.
Yeah. Well, I think...
Not quite old, but...
If they end season 5 very well, Stranger Things could go down as one of the great shows in history. If they end it well.
Except for the second season.
Yeah, season 2, bad. but you can forgive that.
What was season 2 about?
With it wasn't a mind flayer, but it was like that big monster with the large tentacles and Will going nuts.
Oh, because he still had like dreams about it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was the mind flare, but like not
the same one in season 3. It was like this big monster with the tentacles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is so weird.
Yeah.
Like the Mind Flayer, Vecna, the Demogorgon. The Demogorgons are still so sick.
Oh, mate, they're lethal the way they just chomp up these heads off and stuff.
Exactly. Right. Okay. So, Silverstone happened.
Yeah.
I was there.
Lucky enough to be there.
I was very lucky enough to be there. Well, it was very funny. So someone knew how to spare a ticket, so I got a call at 9:45 on the day of the race, and by 10 o'clock I was on the motorway on the way to Silverstone. So I got to Silverstone.
Where did you park and all that?
There was parking there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's fine. And then got there. Got there. The Porsche GP was on, so I missed the F2 because the F2 was a bit earlier.
Yeah.
And then the Porsche Grand Prix was on, which was cool. They were very fast as well. I need to show you some videos, but yeah, they were really cool. Then obviously waited around, got some food.
What kind of ticket did you have? What did it give you access
All access,
to?
full access.
What's full access?
So like you can go pretty much anywhere other than like the paddocks and stuff like that.
You can't. Not where not the strip. You can't go to the strip.
What do you mean? It's not like a grid. You can't get on the grid. It's not like that. But you can get anywhere on the outside, anywhere. So like.
And so, is that different to just a normal?
So a normal ticket
spectator ticket.
A spectator ticket means you just have a seat, or you just have a specific area you're allowed in. Like the amount of security checks, we had the band, and they were like need C band every single time you left an area. There's like 50 areas.
Yeah. So you could go to where the good food was and that.
Yeah, which was nice. I had a nice little burger. It was very good on a race day. And then.
Is it weird to go by? Would you go by yourself?
No, I was with people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that'd be really weird if I was by myself.
Obviously, I assume you just met them there.
Yes. So they were there already. That's better. And then,
yeah.
So it was a very, very eventful race. But surprisingly, I didn't have that much eventfulness in front of me where I was stood. So I was stood, but so we moved about a bit. So the first few laps before and after the red flag, I was at Luffields into Brooklands, and then I went down to the Wellington Straight and saw the turn off Aintree. But I wanted to go to Cops Corner, but that's where all the action happened.
Is that where the
Cops
first corner?
Was absolutely. No, Cops Corner is like, the one where Hamilton pushed Max off the track.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Why are you laughing?
No, we need to stop recording. Why are you being so disrespectful? Me and you need to have a work.
To Max.
Should we
See your boy.
Look at the camera.
We should cut the camera.
Should we cut the camera?
We should
No.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Cut the camera.
Go on, you get up and cut the camera.
I don't know how to
We'll take top camera.
Yeah.
I fucking hit myself in the face. I was like, yes. So that's where Max pushed Lewis off the track. No.
Yes.
I lost the argument. That's where Lewis pushed Max off the track. So I wanted to get to there, but that was absolutely rammed because everyone thought there'd be the crash there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the crash
was it right at the start?
Was right at the start. So it literally within the first.
Was there two? I thought there was
one like little one back there, and then obviously there was the big one.
Was the big one where he went over the top and hit his head?
So basically, if you guys don't know, what happened? Again, if you're an F1 fan, you probably do know what happened. If you're not an F1, you're not going to care. But I'm just going to explain to anyone who does, for the small lot who does care. So there was two cars going like straight, parallel. Mm-hmm. Then this one car tried to squeeze down the middle. George Russell, who's Lewis Hamilton's teammate, sort of started turning in as this car was going in. So Gasly hit Russell, his back tyre. Russell went like this, sideways, into Grosjean Yu, who was going straight, which then flipped his car on its head, rolled over about 50 metres.
And it hit the
50, and then spun into the barrier and lifted up off the barrier, which looked very dangerous. And I knew it was dangerous. So obviously we didn't see any of this because we were at a different corner, and the track was like 3.5 kilometres, so we didn't see it at all. We heard it, and then we heard the commentators say, "There's a red flag, race is red flag," which means stop the race. So we saw the practice lap. We saw the formation lap, and then we saw a lap under a red flag, so we saw the cars drive by slowly. And I was like, I cannot believe I've been at the first F1 race I've ever been to and not seen a racing lap in an hour of the race starting.
what was the one where the car like went airborne?
That one was in the F2.
Oh.
So that was earlier in the day because that was because of the sausage curve. I'll shake that. You want to shake that ass? That was in the F2.
I saw that. That looked nasty.
That looked nasty as well. But thankfully, first of all, very well done to like the safety teams and the stewards for getting the crash cleared up and make sure all the drivers were okay. Very well done to George Russell, who ran out of his car. Did you see that? So like George Russell was involved in the crash. He was fine, but literally as soon as he saw Joe Guan Yu's car flipped over, he jumped out of his car, ran over to it to make sure he was okay. Luckily, he was. And then also Alex Albon, earlier in that little scuffle on the right, he was also involved in a crash, but obviously no one saw that one because there was a big crash elsewhere. He also had to be taken to hospital. So yeah, it was not a very good start for the race. But as soon as the second lights out away we go went, honestly, when I tell you it is one of the best races I've ever seen, it was insane. There was drama. I mean, I know Red Bull didn't actually get too good of a finish.
What did happen to Max?
Max, should I just take you through the race? Oh, let's take you on the journey, my friend. So, lap one. So, when the red flag happened, Max was in the second grid slot and then Sainz was first. But Max launched past him and Lewis launched past everyone. So, like, basically it was Max, Sainz, Lewis in the top three. Then the red flag happened. Because all the cars didn't reach the pit line, they had to restart from the qualifying positions, not the positions of the race when it was red flagged. So that did not help Red Bull at all. And then obviously Sainz knew Verstappen's strategy because he'd just done it and then they've had to do it again. So then this time Sainz covered him off. And then this was probably my favourite moment of the race. I didn't see any of this because then I came back and watched it on TV. But obviously I heard all the commentary and then this was just before the cars screamed past me. So outside to inside, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen all went into one corner next to each other.
And didn't then Lewis shoot through?
Oh no, that was the end. That was towards the end. But in that corner, that's when Perez's wing and Leclerc's wing got damaged. So they had damage. So Verstappen and Sainz rushed ahead. Sainz was clear ahead. And then towards the back of the grid, both Alpha Tauris crashed against each other and spun out. So the two teammates crashed. And then there was some carbon fibre on the track, but they didn't yellow flag the race. There wasn't too much debris. But so then lap after lap, Max keeps gaining on Sainz and gaining on Sainz and gaining on Sainz, overtakes him, and this is what I saw. I saw the overtake, and I was like, Max, Max.
You can do it, Max.
Yeah, literally. I was like, yes. And I'll get to this after, but everyone was unhappy with me because obviously everyone there's a Mercedes fan, and I was screaming my head off when Red Bull went past. And so Verstappen passed Sainz. He then starts doing a couple laps. Then it's Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc. At this point, Perez, because he crashed into Leclerc earlier, had to go to the pits, so he was in like 16th. He had to have fresh tyres, so he was like a lot behind everyone else. But when Max started pulling way ahead, he started slowing down a lot. It's because he ran over the carbon fibre of the Alpha Tauris and got a puncture on his tyre. So like he was going very slow, and then everyone overtook him. He also had some underbody damage from that carbon fibre, so his car was just a lot slower than everyone, so he didn't do too well. He did finish 7th, which is very impressive for a slow going Red Bull. But yeah, it was very, very, very good. And then obviously, I'll just skip towards the end. So then Ocon, his car stopped working. Then there was a safety car. The safety car...
I swear there's always a safety car at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the dangerous sport, isn't it? So then Ocon came back. Then it was Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris. So Leclerc started pulling ahead, but he had not as fresh tyres. And then it was literally like a 5-way race between Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris. And when I tell you they were all within 20 metres of each other at one point, you didn't know who was going to crash, you didn't know what corner. And then this is the part you were saying, that Sainz and Perez are battling in them, and then Hamilton just shoots through.
But he lost it pretty much straight away, didn't he?
Yeah, because Perez, I mean, obviously the Red Bull's got a better race pace, so the Red Bull just passed it. But that means Leclerc was... Sorry, it wasn't Sainz battling, it was Leclerc battling, and Sainz was ahead. Sainz pulled ahead, obviously, and won the race, and fair play, was his first win. It was a good win.
What team does he join?
Ferrari.
Okay.
So it was Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. But they were all three of those drivers who won are the drivers that aren't the first drivers of their team. So like they're not the main driver who's got the most points.
Oh, so Hamilton wasn't.
So Russell has more points than him at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So they're not the winning drivers, and it's just all the 3 second drivers technically. Yeah, and then honestly, have you watched that full like 5-way battle?
I just watched the bit at the end.
I'll show you a little clip of it after this. But honestly, if you haven't watched the British Grand Prix highlights, go watch it.
You know when the cars go past, is that it?
It is and it isn't, because when what you can see, it's not just like one little portion of the track. You can see like a lot of it. Like when we were at the Wellington Straight, if whoever follows me on Instagram, you would have seen my videos. And I think you did see my videos of it. Okay, I'll show you. You can look at my Instagram.
I did see it. I thought they were just pictures.
No, there's a video. Prick. Yeah, so you can see them very well, but it's hard to tell what's going on another part of the track. So you just hear it.
Yeah.
Because there's speakers everywhere.
And I assume the commentary is played out loud.
Yes, yeah, and it's very, very, very good.
It's a long day though, isn't it?
It wasn't too bad. The only thing that was bad was the traffic getting out, and it took us because it still was like an hour from where we are, and it took me probably like an hour 45 to get home, just because of the traffic coming out of the parking and the motorway.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. And I think I'm hoping to go next year. So next year I've learnt my lesson of what to do, what not to do, and stuff like that.
Well, next year a bit more notice maybe.
Yeah, literally. I literally put on all my Red Bull gear and I was there. And obviously, me being there, massive Red Bull fan, never going to back down from that. Got there, everyone's a McLaren and Mercedes fan, maybe some Ferrari fans thrown in.
Is it like football where you go in and you sit in the?
It kind
was
of
it a
is
bit posher,
because
a bit all toffee.
Obviously, F1's not the brownest sport.
Well, a bit toffee like.
Yeah, F1's not the brownest sport. So when a brown dude walks in literally one of Lewis's greatest rivals gear, it pisses a lot of people off. So when Lewis finished ahead of Verstappen, I got a lot of people going, "Hey!" But then I think I didn't say anything then, but I think they failed to realise that Red Bull still beat them on the podium. Like Red Bull came second, so I was just wanting to be like, "Well, fuck off." Because we are in the constructors. Verstappen's going to be champion. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
But it's not like...
It's not a football. It's, oh, he's a wanker.
You shit wanker.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm just going to restart the camera.
It's a bit more civilised.
It is, yeah. It is. It is indeed. But no, it was a very, very, very fun day. I've had a long week. But it's a headline of the week that I don't actually have a headline for, but it's just a thing I saw on the news that I thought you'd find interesting. So unless you've got anything to say else about Silverstone. So I want to thank you guys at home for listening. Wait, what am I doing? This was like a first end of the episode, but before we do, we have our weekly segment, Headline of the Week. If you guys don't know what Headline of the Week is, it's a weekly segment where I find headline, old or new, and me and Ryan
have a little talk.
So in this week's Headline of the Week, the film Minions, the origins
the
of
suits.
Gru have come out. The gentlemen have been off to the cinema. So if you guys don't know what this is about, if you just type in Gentlemen Minions, there is a bunch of American lads who went to the cinema in full suits, ate bananas for the Minions trailer.
It's trending, isn't it? And
yes.
Everyone was doing it in the UK. And
yeah, and you can now be banned from the cinema for doing it, going in formal attire.
I don't get why.
I don't get what the reason behind the trend is, but let's say, because obviously I work in a city centre. If I want to go to the cinema after work, I'm still in the suit. Like I'm not. Yeah. Like what do they want me to do? Strip?
Yeah.
I can. I mean, it's certainly not suitable for children, but sure.
What, the film?
No, me in my underwear.
I don't get why were they causing havoc or something? Because I thought they just turned up in a suit.
They did. That's it.
And it's but it was like a load of them.
It was like 40. But I mean, in a way, it just gets ticket sales. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I saw one thing. It was like cinemas don't know how to market movies to Gen Z kids because Morbius they basically, I don't know if you saw this, but the fans tricked Sony into re-releasing it for memes, and no one went to see it. Mm-hmm. So basically, there was a big campaign on Twitter, and everyone's saying Sony release Morbius again in cinema. We want to see it in cinema because it was so bad. As a meme, and Sony did release it in cinema, and no one went. So then Sony got tricked, and then this new Gru film was marketed at very young children, but now it's got like one of the highest teenage viewerships in this year.
Because of
so it's just they don't know how to market to these kids because they're all weird. I mean, I'm not going to see it. Are you?
No, but I wouldn't. If I was, I wouldn't see it in a suit. I wouldn't dress in a suit especially for it.
Yeah.
I don't get. I mean, maybe if I knew what the
joke was.
But yeah, but I don't.
Okay.
I just think it's funny.
Well, feels like a good place to end the episode. Unless you've got closing thoughts.
But before we do,
we have a headline of the week. No, have you got anything to?
No closing statements.
No. Okay, OJ Simpson. Alright. So I want to thank you guys so much at home for listening. I have been your host, AJ.
And I have been your other one, Ryan.
See ya.
Bye.
I consume!